This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.
And this is the Black News. Okay, family, how you doing today? Once again, our subject today. I have previous videos on Kamala Harris, but it looks like we're about to turn this corner. We're about to make the home stretch. So now it's time to basically give commentary on these candidates. So we have Kamala Harris here. All right. Black people, we have historically voted for Democrat. Okay? If you have been around and you have been watching in the last 20 years, you've absolutely seen nothing come from Democrats for black people. Okay? So when I speak of Democrats or Republicans, I'm speaking of what they have done for black people. And this is a common sense case. This is not something that, that even requires slandering or requires some type of false information when you can actually see for yourself. Kamala Harris is not a good candidate for the African American. We already know Biden isn't. Biden is the man that basically wrote the bill that put brothers in mass incarceration. Also made incentives for state jails and for states to get paid to lock more black people up and to create more jails. Okay? So we already know that's who Biden is. He's never apologized. He's never even come around and say, hey guys, I'm going to make it better for you. In fact, there's nothing in his game plan for black people, period. But the first thing he wants to do is he wants to protect LGBT and he wants to protect, basically, I'm going to say it like it is. He wants to protect foreigners, immigration. He wants, this is truth. These are truths. These aren't something I'm making up or attempting to be malicious with. This is the truth. She wants to support DACA. This is millions of dollars that's put into other groups that came here either illegally, that's been here, and they want to make their paperwork right, all that good shit. This is money that goes away from the people that are already in the United States that need assistance. Okay, she's already been on record as to say that basically Kamala Harris already been on record basically saying that she's not going to do anything for black people in particular. She has no plan for black people in particular. So what it sounds like to me is these are individuals for personal gain. She wants to be able to say she went to college, she became an attorney general, and now she's vice president. But there's nothing for black people. Okay, and for a person that wants to consider themselves African American, she has no agenda for you at all. Why do we keep voting for these people? Why do we keep voting on this stage? Somehow we think that whatever Trump is doing is not what the Democrats are doing. Like, I don't understand. Planned Parenthood, mass incarceration, all these things are democratic mechanisms that projected on black people. No other group has been affected by this, just black people. So if you wanted to say, hey, this is inclusive, this is a diverse nation, these statistics will go across the board, but they don't. They're only particularly on black men, really, black men. And if you listen to Kamala Harris, there's no agenda for black men. She doesn't say anything about black men leading the homes. She talks about single moms. What about black men? Is there a program to keep black men in the homes? Is there a program for black men to learn a trade so that they can take care of their elderly mothers or take care of their offspring's baby mama dramas or whatever? What's for them? What is in the plan for black men to have a better opportunity? And so if I look at this, any group or any entity or organization that wants to separate the men from the women is not good. It's just not good. They talk over our heads. They talk over black men's heads as if we don't either exist or we're not competent enough to understand what's going on. And I just think that's just downright crazy. Okay, that's just downright crazy. I mean, we have women out here, they feel like because they're sassy or they're disrespectful, that they're somehow, I don't know what the fuck this is, but you can see it changing. Being as old as I am, I've seen the shift, the dynamic shift in how women of certain age that were born at certain times have changed themselves. They've gone from being grandmothers to whores. They no longer want to be a grandmother to teach the kids and teach the children. They no longer want to be adults to teach younger women the proper way. They want themselves to be whores. They want to walk around with their titties hanging out. And I guess that's cool because they feel like since men, I guess we can walk bare chest, that they want to walk around, with their boobs out. It's a lot of bullshit, man, that's basically killing the black community. What's good for one community may not be good for another community. You have to look at our situation. We don't have a financial base. We can't even find a way to keep our money in our communities. We still have to figure that part out. So what's good for other groups is not good for our group. We need something designed for our group. Okay, and I'm just speaking on politicians. Basically, I'm talking to those people out here who are pretty much ignorant to the cause of what's going on with the grassroots. There's some people out here that believe their mamas and their fathers have supported Democrat, so they feel like they're supposed to, and somehow they feel like if Democrats aren't saying the word nigger, or they're not wearing, they don't have the rebel flag, or they don't walk around with that, they seem to make it believe that they are for black people. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, in the NFL there are 32 teams, not just 2 teams. That sounds crazy. There's 32 teams for each individual. They're for different cities, except for New York and Los Angeles, because their population is bigger, that they can have 2 teams. But the point I'm trying to make is that there are teams that represent different cities. Okay, so every city can have a team to root for. You don't see fucking 2 teams and everybody vote for the left or everybody vote for the right. And then, so when you look at the Democrats, and there's so many things that's just pushed in there that it's just unfucking believable. The projection is that Republicans are racist. And if you look, they do racist shit. Listen to their rhetoric. And then the Democrat is supposed to be for everybody, like everybody else. Everyone else is supposed to jump on the Democrat side. And but what you see is destruction, because the whole time Democrats are in charge, there's been no black businesses, rise of black businesses. There's been no rise of black financial gain. There's been no gain. So let's stop playing the fucking game. Let's stop sitting here and making it seem like, the Democrats have done something for us, and they've done nothing for us. Black people just like people to smile in their face. So whenever they smile at you and they say, yeah, you're a part of this, we immediately jump on board because we want to be a part of something. We are a people that we wanted to be a part of this country for so long that we are always eager to prove that we are basically that we're eligible, that we are valid. And for the longest time, until you wake up, you start to realize the other people are the ones that are not valid, because they're the ones that's making the decisions that are not righteous. They're the ones that are making decisions that are unfair. They're continue to do this. And the bad part is that we have people that so-called represent black people or represent Negroes that do absolutely nothing. I can even understand a politician that does nothing, but he says a lot, and we don't see that. We don't even see that. So what we're looking at, black people, is a situation where basically we have to do things for ourselves. We have to put mechanisms in place that will assure us our prosperity. And that's basically, other groups, this is what they're going to say, that black people are separatists, black people are racist. Suddenly we're separatists and we're racist if we talk about wanting to buy our own products, if we talk about wanting to work together on our own to save our own money. But everyone else has a restaurant and buy from their own people. If you notice, they understand the survival techniques of America. They understand that in order for those groups to survive, they have to depend on one another. But as soon as we start having that conversation, then you have these people that's coming in here talking about we're racist. And I'm gonna tell you who's saying that. The people that look like you the most are saying that you're separatists. But in their little conversations behind doors, they're being told to stay away from you niggas. They not like you. So we're in a catch-22. And so this is where we have to start putting on our blinders and putting on our goddamn earmuffs, and we're getting to work. Stop worrying about what other people think and what other people say. They're going to say you're racist. They're going to say all kind. Any black person out here that's going to talk about empowering black people, they're going to be called racist. But I'd be damned if I see some Vietnamese people worrying about what black people think. If I see Polynesian people worrying about what black people think. I see all these other groups out here who work hard, and this is respectfully saying this. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm respectfully saying this. You know, these are their groups they care about, and the people they care about, where they come from. So they're going to do what they're supposed to do to make sure that their group survives. But when we talk like that, you know, somehow we find ourselves on the extremist list, some kind of terrorist, domestic terrorist list. You know, anything for us to survive, not just survive, but live a quality of life. I'm tired of seeing black people go through the same shit over and over. You know, you have different layers of black people. You have black people that are successful, but you have some that just didn't get the proper training. You know, maybe their parents wasn't there for them. You know, and all this comes from white supremacy. All these are traps and trips that have been created and planted by white supremacy, so that the black family will fail. As simple as that. I don't give a fuck with nobody out here saying, oh no, it's not like it used to be. You can say what the hell you want to be. Say the damage has been done. The damage was done way back when, and we are the product of that. And any asshole that can't seem to have enough education to see that, they're just being unrighteous, and they're intentionally you know, having these conversations to make it look like they don't see the elephant in the room. Because honestly, this is what white supremacists do. They act like they don't see the problem, and then they twist the narrative to make it look like basically that's you. It's not us. It's you. When we can clearly see the boundaries that we have before us. Now, going back to Kamala Harris, this is a situation where her track record doesn't show anything to assist black people, but she's running like she's African American. You know, your man said he was gonna pick a woman of color. The whole time you seen all these black women pop up out of nowhere, out the woodwork. And I'm gonna say it like whores. Like, and then they personally they're not whores, but the way the game was played was like whores. Like, get all these black women just jump out the spot all of a sudden. You know, they want to start talking funny and start talking good and saying all these great things that you never heard these black women say before. But they just start talking, and still to this day, there's no agenda for black people, and I guess they want to make us sound crazy for even talking like that. You know, there's no agenda for black, and there clearly is no agenda for black people. There's no agenda for our youth to rise. But look, you have the Dream Act, right? You have all these other opportunities and other programs for other groups that come from somewhere else. But here's the same group that went through slavery, okay? Sundown towns, okay? Apartheid, not apartheid, I'm sorry, should have been Jim Crow. I mean, you name it. It's if you just look at black history and you just do a little bit of research and you look at all the villages, towns, and cities that were destroyed, the hangings, I mean, just black men being out walking around and shit. Like, if they didn't have a job, they were going to the chain gang. Like, I mean, all this tripped up. Every black man that has been meddled with, you have destroyed a generation. And then they want to act like this ain't happened. They want to totally act like our ancestors who were slaves are not connected to us. And I just think, like, if you think that's cool, then something wrong with you, man. These people intentionally do that to you. They try to have these conversations like you're tripping. Like you supposed to be able. This how they make it sound like you go take a shower, shave, put a suit on, and you supposed to go downtown and get a job. Like that's how they try to make us look. Like, oh, you're not taking advantage of your opportunities. Okay, HBCUs. Who the hell? Everybody don't go. I mean, is it totally free? I mean, guess what? Can I just put in an application and just go to school and get a degree? Is that how it works? Who's explaining that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this information is really vague. Everybody doesn't go to college. What about vocational schools? What about schools for trade, electrician, computers? You know what I'm saying? Plumbing, carpentry. What about these other trades that they could be free, that they could put in our neighborhood? How about just business training? How about just training of teaching young people how to work a 9-to-5 job? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of kids didn't get this training. They didn't graduate high school. Okay, they never had it. This is what black people need, and you don't hear this from any of your candidates. So why are you voting for them? Black man or black woman, are you so out of touch with reality that you don't see what's going on? But you just want to vote for Kamala? Why? Because she red? Why? Because she light skinned and she has a smile and it makes it look like you're doing the right thing. You want to be on that side? You want to just vote for her because she talk black? Because she tries to relate and say, man, come on, man. And honestly, tell you the truth, they're counting on black women to let us down. They're actually singling out black women as the Democratic backbone. So men don't mean shit. They've totally castrated men from this whole process. We're in a situation where basically they're telling black women to overrun their black men and not to listen to them. That's why you're going to have a lot of single black women out here, okay? You're going to have a lot of kids out of wedlock, and most of them, they're not going to have the proper training from a male, okay? From, an alpha male, we all want our sons and men to grow up to be strong men, right? Isn't that why you have a son? So that he can be strong and he can protect the family and protect his family? Well, what's going to happen with that? I don't know. And where are our black women out here that's going to stand up to Kamala and say, hey, what you got for the black man? Like, you love the black man, right? You're always talking about the black man don't love the black woman. But why isn't a black woman saying something about the black man? I don't think every black man feels that way, and I don't feel every black woman feels that way. But why aren't we having that discussion? Why aren't black women keeping black women in line? And why aren't black men keeping black men in line? No, because that's part of the narrative. The white supremacist narrative is to make black men weak and that they'll be overthrown by the women and their children. That's how they will defeat the black man. The black man has no control over his woman or his children. And how does that make you feel? Is that honorable? That black men don't have control over their communities? Black women, how does that? I mean, you want to be out there so bad, and you got some women out here, they talking about, tax the black, that nigga. Like, how does that make you really feel good that you have no male representation? It's just you by yourself, and then all the black men that are actually talking and trying to be alpha, y'all just smother them out. Because what's going to happen is you're going to need those black men to protect you. That's exactly what's going to happen out here. And just remember, Kamala Harris is not African American. Okay, if she wants to run on a platform that she's a minority or whatever, and she just wants to, stop saying, I wish black people would stop connecting her with being African American. Why? Because she went to Howard. She's in a Divine Nine. Like, what's that? Let me ask you this question. What person from Divine Nine has done anything? Thurgood Marshall. Okay, let's say they have done some stuff. Do you know their names? Are they of any importance to black people? Why we don't know their name? We just know Martin Luther King. And he wasn't part of the Divine Nine. Or they say he was. I'm sorry, I take that back. He was an alpha, right? What the Alphas been doing? You heard their name? Yeah, they drop turkeys off. I know all the fraternities and sororities, they drop turkeys off on holidays. But what else have they done? Where the businesses at? Where the black businesses at? No, they see those Divine Nine work for white people. Okay, they take up office with white companies. Okay, and what they do is the white people take our brightest and give them a salary to go sit their ass down somewhere. All right, and then our brightest take that salary and do their best to move away from black people. Okay, because in their mind that's the American dream: go to college, get a job with a white company, and get away from the Negroes because they're holding you down. And that's where it's at. Really, to tell you the truth, that's where it's at. A lot of these people won't even come down in the hood and create businesses for black people. In fact, that's the whole operation for HBCUs was to create companies and create industry by black people for black people. But these buffoons go and be the gatekeepers to the white officers. This is all about individual gain, man. This all that sorority for fraternity shit. It's about individual gain. It's about we made it. We helped each other up to get up, but they're not helping black people. It's a game. It's like a team. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, you got alphas, you got omegas. They different strands of the same team, and basically they compete against one another, but they also pull each other up. It's not about black people. You don't join a fraternity to help black people. You join a fraternity to help yourself. They go on a fraternity to see if they can get connections to high places. The first thing they learn is, oh, Thurgood Marshall was this. Oh, this guy was that. This guy was that. So okay, so if you want to get in those loops, what you do is you go and you get in the fraternity. But what about the black people that didn't go to college, didn't finish high school? What are they to do? Why aren't these people that graduate in the Divine Nine working hard for those people that don't know better? They don't work that way. So I'm just here to tell you that Divine Nine shit is some bullshit. I know all about it. I know people in it. Talk to some of them. See if they talk to you. Look how they act. Honestly, blow that shit up. Look. If you see some Divine Nine people, look and see how they act. Go walk up to one of them and try to have a conversation with them and see what they're talking about. There's some bullshit. It's the biggest piece of bullshit that's ever been created. These are the people that they will accept and are allowed because supposedly they're accepting the Greek mythology and being a fraternity. That's why you get so-called black Greeks and shit. Like black Greeks. You know, I guess you gotta learn a whole new way of their way. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold you up with that. I'm gonna leave you with this little video here with Kamala Harris. And once again, I'm not here to like just throw shade, but I'm here to make you think about how none of this has nothing to do with you, and that how they are not here for you. They're here for their own personal gain. Kamala Harris is here to say she became vice president. Okay, she married a white man. Okay, she ain't bringing no brother up the damn motherfucking ladder, and she ain't talking about no brothers. Okay, and neither is anybody else. All right, you know, your man Biden talking about if you're not black, if you don't vote for him, you're not black. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they say stupid shit all the time out their mouth, like as if to say like he know he gonna get the black vote. If you ain't black, you ain't vote for me. What kind of shit is that? Is he black? Let a black candidate say shit. You ain't white if you don't vote for me. What kind of shit is that? That don't even make sense. Like you ain't white if you don't vote for me, so you ain't black if you don't vote for Biden. And then you niggas, y'all don't say nothing about it, and y'all just sit up there and y'all still vote for this motherfucker and shit. It's like you about to lose something. You know what I'm saying? Because you're afraid of Trump. You answer this question: what the hell has Trump done in the last 4 years that we can't hang with another 4 years until we get a proper candidate that's going to do something for black people? Honestly, tell you the truth, what is it that Trump that's so bad about Trump? Okay, because he's doing vicious shit. Ain't nothing good to really talk about. But what else can go wrong? You get more jails with Democrats. You get more people over top of you. They're going to put more people over top of you. Trump trying to get motherfuckers out of here. He's trying to clear the lane. Okay, he taking money back from businesses that have been taken out of. I'm not here to try to vouch for Trump, but I am here to say, I mean, look at what we got. Step back. If they're not talking about something that's for you, step the fuck back. Stop being a part of this little disgusting chain of events that's going on with Democrats. They're fucking disgusting. There's nothing, no morality, listen, why isn't there someone of great righteousness coming out the left saying, hey, guy, you ladies over there, put some clothes on. They don't care. They don't care. There's nobody over there saying anything righteous about how you should carry yourself. No morality. They don't care. It's disgusting. And everybody is trying to grab some shit. And they grabbing shit over top of black people. And black people, listen, you the only motherfuckers they talk about the black vote. But you don't hear nothing about Asian vote. You don't hear them people living good. You know what I'm saying? They under the radar all day. But you keep getting put out there, and you keep voting for these motherfuckers that don't do nothing shit for you. Don't give you no money, don't put no money in your business, nothing. But you always showing up smiling and shit. What kind of nigga is that?
My mother, who raised me and my sister, was a proud woman. She was a brown woman. She was a woman with a heavy accent. She was a woman who many times people would overlook her or not take her seriously, or because of her accent, assume things about her intelligence. Now, every time my mother proved them wrong. Every time she proved them wrong. And because of who my mother was and what she believed, what she had the ability to dream was possible and then work to make possible, the fact that my mother never asked anyone permission to tell her what was possible is why within one generation I stand here as a serious candidate for President of the United States.
This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.